Welcome everyone to the fourth round of the FIDE Candidates 2026. We have Javokhir Sindarov entering in with his second, Mukhdin Madaminov, and it seems like they are analyzing, like Madaminov is giving him last minute ideas to remember for the game. And look at Javokhir, how calm he is there. And the opponent of Sindarov is Fabiano Caruana. What a beautiful clash this is, as if it's all scripted, right? They both are leading the tournament with 2.5 out of 3, and now in the fourth round they face against each other. Both look in tremendous form. Fabi is definitely one of the favorites to win this tournament. Everyone, including Magnus, has said it. But Sindarov is a dark horse of this tournament. He is super confident. He's super aggressive. It seems like since the 2025 World Cup, he's a completely new player. He can just about beat anyone. And this is shown in his opening choice as well, 1d4. Javokhir has essentially been 1e4 player. If you look at his database, he has more than 900 games where he has played 1e4. And now in this all-important tournament, he plays 1d4. That's the level of confidence. It reminds me somehow of Vishy Anand's 2008 World Championship match against Kramnik, where Anand, being a 1e4 player, picked up 1d4 and won the match against an expert like Kramnik, who's played 1d4 all his life. Now, knight to f3 by Javokhir. And this, dear friends, is the Lotus Chess game of the day. Now, the way in which Javokhir is playing in this tournament, he's already started playing new openings, new stuff, and you might already be finding it very difficult to shift from your openings. How do you learn them in a nice and easy way? Well, Lotus Chess is an app where you can drill your openings, learn them, and actually remember them well. It's actually training that adapts to you, gives you suggestions, and so therefore downloading this app will help you on your opening training and make you a better player. And Fabi goes pawn takes c4. He plays the queen's gambit accepted, but not on move 2, but on move 3 he takes the pawn. And Sindarov goes e3. He wants to take on c4 with his bishop. Knight comes out to f6. And now we have bishop takes c4. A very standard opening. Pawn to c5, striking in the center. I think Fabi choosing queen's gambit accepted in some ways, saying to Javokhir that, hey, I want to play something solid. You know, if you take your chances, I'll get my chances. Otherwise, I'm happy with equality as well. Knight to c6. And now queen e2. So, one of the main moves here is you can take on d4. But he goes a6, which is also fine. Taking control of the b5 square is always a good idea, even planning b5. And Sindarov doesn't stop it. He goes knight c3. If you take here, then rook d1 or ed4 are the main lines. But he goes b5, Fabi. And you can see both players blitzing out their moves right now. Bishop comes back to d3. And as black, you want to put your bishop on b7, bishop e7 and castle. That seems like the typical way to play this position. And now Fabi does play bishop to b7. And Sindarov goes pawn to a4. He strikes on the queen side with a6 b5 structure and stops Fabi from his simple developing ideas with bishop and castling. Fabi plays pawn to b4. What could be more natural than that? Attacking the knight. The knight has to move. It jumps to e4. And now you can see Caruana down to 1 hour 35 minutes. He plays knight to a5, attacking the knight here on e4. And Sindarov takes it. Knight takes f6. Now, taking with the queen is dangerous because of e4, c takes d4 and bishop g5, and it's almost game over. But g takes f6 makes sense, and now Sindarov takes on c5. So that if bishop c5, you can go e4, opening up the bishop. And Fabi here goes knight to b3. He's like, if you move your rook away, then I take on c5 and I'm actually doing really well. But Javokhir, of course, is well prepped. He goes c6. And you can't take on a1 because of cb7, and this knight is going to be trapped. And this pawn is a monster there. So bishop takes c6 makes sense. And now knight to d4. A knight attacks the bishop and also the knight on b3. Takes on d4. And of course, again, knight a1, knight takes c6. This knight will be trapped, is winning for white. So knight takes, pawn takes. And look at the time of Caruana. He's at 51 minutes. He's attacking this pawn on g2. So g3 is being played by Sindarov. He's being very careful there. And he plays it. Pawn to g3, good move. If queen d5, there is f3. If queen d4, by the way, which is the best move, bishop e3. And white is pushing here, but black is okay. f5 is the first inaccuracy of the game by Fabi. And not bishop f5, which is a blunder because of queen d5 mate and you lose the bishop. But actually, a beautiful move that Sindarov finds, bishop c4. Taking away the d5 square from the queen and forcing black to put the bishop on that square. Rook g4 played by Fabi. He's attacking the d4 pawn. All of a sudden, Sindarov's position looks like a dream. Bishop e3. Because now the a6 pawn is a bit weak. Rook c1, rook d1, d5 is in the air. Caruana goes bishop d5 and he says to Javokhir, you want to take that pawn on a6, take it. And Javokhir is not even interested. He goes rook c1. Because if you take here, then queen takes c4. And remember this idea later, queen c6, everything's weak. So bishop e7. Caruana makes space for his king to move away this way. And now a pawn is a pawn. Bishop takes a6. Taken. King f8. He moves his king to the side. And the bishop now comes back to b5. A strong move. Just defending the pawn on a4. And he plays bishop f6. Maybe king g7. Better try. And black is still in the game. Fighting. But bishop f6 now allows bishop c6, but he first goes rook fd1. He brings and centralizes his rook. King g7 now by Caruana. And Javokhir understands the value of this bishop on d5. It's the pivot of the position. It's the most important. Rook a5 played. Now look at this line, by the way. Take, and rook a4 is met with d5, crusher. d5 is a crushing move. Rook a5. So Fabi, that's why, wants a piece on d5. And Javokhir wants that piece to come out. So that's why rook c5. Beautiful move. Next, you want to go even queen c4. Rook goes back to d7. And whenever a piece goes back from d5, it's time for the d pawn to advance. Insane chess shown by Sindarov, and that too with great confidence. Pushing Fabi down to 3 minutes and himself having 47 minutes. That's what Javokhir is doing in this game. He is not just beating Fabi, he is crushing him. Queen f3. Attacking d5 and f5. Bishop takes b2. And now simply rook takes d5. Feels like the right move. Takes it. Rook takes d5 here. And now rook takes d5. You take back with the rook. And now f5 is also hanging. Queen e8 played. And rook takes on f5. Beautiful. Rook goes back to g6. And h4. Just pushing the pawn forward. Bishop c3. And Sindarov is just winning. He doesn't even want to push his a pawn down the board. He doesn't even care about the b pawn. He's going after the black king. He sees that this is a weak king. He has 3 pieces in the attack and he's just going all in. Queen g4 check. King goes back to h8. Fabi down to a minute. We are on move 34. We need another 6 moves to reach move 40, but that is not the problem. The problem is that his position is disintegrating. He plays f6 to block the check, and now Sindarov goes rook to c5. He's threatening rook c8. He's threatening all sorts of stuff here. h6 could come in to threaten a checkmate very soon, and Caruana, he's helpless. He doesn't have time. Everything is crumbling down here, and you can see him. He resigns. Javokhir Sindarov scores his 3rd win of the FIDE Candidates 2026, and he does so in style. In just 4 rounds, he is leading the tournament with 3.5 out of 4, a 1-point lead over the field. And Fabi, of course, very, very upset. For him, this loss comes really in a hard way, but hopefully he'll be able to come back here. We managed to actually catch up with Javokhir after the game, and we show you his interview and also some moments where he's interacting with the fans.
Sindarov, congratulations for this amazing victory against Fabiano. Can you share with us until what point was your preparation?
I know the line until knight d4, knight d4, e takes d4, and probably the best move queen d4 here. I forgot the line after queen d4, but I know white has like 0.3 advantage, and I was thinking like, okay, anyway, I think it's a very good position to play with white, and yeah, it was very lucky to get preparation like this for this important game.
Did you expect that this line will be happening today?
Actually, I didn't expect. I was thinking like he will play some more, how to say, because he's not a KJ player, so I was thinking like he will play some KGD lines, but how to say, maybe he was trying to play solid and that's why he chose this line, but I was like, I'm just trying to do some small, problems, and if he find everything very well, so draw for today, in my opinion, will be very not bad, but when I got my chances, in my opinion, I played very well.
And when he played f5, were you surprised at that move?
When he played f5?
Yes.
Actually, I'm not surprised. First, I forgot what I think about to f5, because I think about f5 like very less, and then I remember like bishop c4 and his position is already in trouble. So I was thinking like to rook g4, also bishop e3, and his bishop on c6 is very not bad. I mean, a6 pawn is hanging and his position is should be good advantage. And yeah, during game I was very happy when he played f5.
And what were you thinking for queen takes d4 if he would have captured?
Queen takes d4, bishop e3. It looks like my position from my analyze, and it should be fine for me if you take queen d4 also.
Yeah. Okay, but it was like slight edge for you in your analysis.
Better. I understand. Like I was in press conference, I say like best moves should be best moves, but in my opinion, it's not easy to play this moves. But okay, if he play like I can tell you queen d4, bishop e3, queen d5, I want to play f3, he need to play f5 because I have bishop e4 or bishop h7 here. So after f5, I want to play bishop a6, he need to play bishop c5 and bishop b5, f4. And here I just want to take bishop c5, queen f2 and draw here.
And at what point you were very sure now you're winning this?
After I played d5, I was like, realized I'm just winning and I need to play with full confidence and realize my advantage.
And today when you were coming with Madamino, that was like 329, and there is a fine if you are late to the game.
Yeah, I know. I was like, how to say, I was repeating a lot of lines, so that's why it takes too much time.
A lot of preparation. But it's a very nice camaraderie between you and Madamino when we are looking at it. So can you talk a bit more about him?
Yeah, he's a very nice guy, and he's helping for me. He helped me for too much, so we are preparing very well, and yeah, of course I have also other seconds. They are not here, but they are also supporting me very good. So we are working very good. So I'm really very happy.
And how is it in Uzbekistan? Like, are you getting messages or anything?
If really I have too much around, so I don't want to think. Like I don't even check my message because it takes too much energy. Maybe today I will check because tomorrow I have a rest day, but. In general, I don't want to think, also talk with a lot of people because it takes a lot of energy.
Sure. And a final question is, how is your routine over here? Like, are you settled in over here?
Routine day? I'm just sleeping, wake up, prep, after prep, playing some games and chill.
In sports?
Sports? Maybe rest day I will go to sports, like I like to play paddle or tennis. So.
Oh, you're good at tennis, yeah?
I'm not good, but I'm amateur. So.
Okay, thank you, Sindarov, and all the best.
Thank you.
Can I use you? Good.
Bye.